Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Tammy, and welcome to the very first episode of In the Trenches with Dr. Tammy. I can only say to you today that I am so absolutely delighted to be doing this. At the young age of 54, I have decided to step out on faith and do something that's been on my heart for a very, very, very long time. It is my hope that I'll be able to inspire at least one of you to follow your dreams, to be authentically you, to remember that you can do any and every single thing that you put your mind to. So let's talk a little bit about me. Who exactly is Dr. Tammy? Well, she is sitting right here today, ready to share with you. I am Dr. Tammy Terrell Reginelli. I hail from very, very small town in Georgia, Thompson, Georgia to be exact. Hence the black and gold as I pay homage to my hometown. Go Bulldogs. I was one of very few young girls who were actively seeking a way to continuously grow. And the beauty in that is I learned to be true to who I am. Took me a little while to decide what I wanted to do on that journey. So let's talk about that journey. Of course, I graduated at the top of my class. Not without hard work. Let's be clear. I worked and worked and worked because I felt the need to be able to go on and share and grow and be something that people didn't expect to come out of small towns like Thompson, Georgia. But guess what? Don't let it fool you. There's nothing wrong with being from a small town. Great people hail from small towns. Went on to join the Army, had a beautiful time. Learned a few things. Was a private, was an officer, got married, had a family. I have 3 beautiful adult children. Absolutely amazing children. Got divorced. Need to make sure I add that part so that you all can know that their life does continue. Got a few degrees, bachelor's degree in health sciences, master's degree in public administration, certification at the master's level in education, both special education and educational administration. And then I said, I must do more. Because what you don't know about me is I made a promise to a beautiful lady in my life who inspired me so very much, and that was my grandmother. I promised her that one day I would become Dr. Tammy. And so here I am today with a doctorate in organizational leadership and a concentration in conflict resolution. Has it been helpful? Absolutely. But make no mistake about it. Sometimes it's difficult to separate that when you're dealing with family and friends. You have to pull it out of your hat to remember some of those basics. So let's talk a little bit more. Why exactly did I decide to do the podcast? Well, I really decided to do this podcast so that I could reach other people, so that I could touch the hearts of others, so that I could let people know that despite whatever comes your way in life, that you must absolutely pick your head up and keep going, because life is going to continue to life, as I've heard some say and as I have experienced. But what I decided to do with that is to share my journey with you. So this podcast will not only be a sharing of my journey, but it will also be something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is helping each other straighten our crowns. So you may say, well, what are you going to talk about? How can you help me to straighten my crown? Well, let me tell you. The title in and of itself is what's going to help us to straighten our crowns. We are going to have some very courageous conversations here at In the Trenches with Dr. Tammy. We are going to dig deep, which is exactly why I decided that being in the trenches is where I needed to be. Because if you haven't been in any particular trench, it's a little difficult to chat with someone and encourage them. You need to be able to know that the sun will still shine, that you will still conquer, because guess what you are? You are a conqueror. I am a conqueror. We are kings and queens. On this podcast, we're going to speak about love, loss, education, entrepreneurship, and hopefully a little bit more podcasting. But most importantly, we're going to talk about every single thing that we absolutely desire to discuss. If you want to hear it, I'm probably going to say it. So let's make no mistake about it. This journey is not just for me. This journey is for all of us. We must remember who it is that we are. We belong to a mighty, mighty, mighty God. And if we can remember who we are each and every day, even on your most difficult days, trust me, I have those. I've had days where I didn't feel like pushing on, getting up, or going. But guess what you have to do? You have to sit yourself up, let those feet hit the ground, and keep on pushing. You must. One other thing that I do, which I'll chat a little bit about, is I stay prayed all the way up. You see, it took me a little while to decide to do this. It took me a little while to decide to do a few things in life. God said do it. I took my time, kind of teeter-totter around with the ideas. But guess what happened? Every single time, I was led right back to where he said go. Maybe my journey would have been a little shorter had I actually listened. So yeah, he's still working on me. I'm a work in progress. And anybody who actually knows me personally knows that this journey hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been what I would have liked for it to be. But as I sit here in front of you today, I need you to know it's exactly where I was supposed to be at this very specific time. There were no mistakes made. There were lessons. There were inspirations. There are small paths to the larger journey that I am currently on. And I certainly hope that you will continue to sit with me and chat with me as I continue this journey. I am most excited about all of this. I'm excited to be here with you. I'm excited that I might actually do what I set out to do, and that is touch one single person. So, yes, I know I veered off a little bit about who it is that I am. I think we covered the basics: Army veteran, educator, entrepreneur, mom, which is one of my most important jobs, even though there are adults, new podcaster. But one thing that I left off, I am one of your newest authors. I have a children's series coming out. Yay, super excited about that. The first book in the series is called A Brown-Skinned Girl Like Me, The Elementary Years. Yes, the book is about me. Crazy as it may sound, I've always been a little different, but in an absolutely beautiful way. This heart of mine has always been caring. It's always been giving. It always will be. You can have the shirt off my back. And that I learned as a very, very little girl. So what I'm saying to you today is welcome. Welcome. Welcome to what will be an absolutely amazing journey for each and every one of us. Dr. Tammy appreciates you. And again, welcome to In the Trenches with Dr. Tammy. Can't wait to see you next week as I begin to discuss one of my most, gotta get it out, y'all. One of my biggest lessons ever. And that lesson is about a journey that I took that led to major heartbreak, but it also led to healing and a testimony and a book that I hope will help you to heal if you too have experienced some things. Again, life is always lifing. But remember who you are. Remember this if you don't remember anything else. I want you to know that no matter how hurt, no matter how sad, no matter the trouble that you think it is, because it's not trouble, it's a lesson that you should always, absolutely always, have the capacity to love. And that is one of my visions for In the Trenches with Dr. Tammy. And that is to let you know that no matter what life throws at you, never allow your heart to shield yourself from the capacity to love. See you next time.